Now, some witnesses of the Christchurch Mosque shooting say they are being treated unfairly because of the way the donations to victims are being distributed. So far, $12,000 has been given to each witness compared to $45,000 to the bereaved and $24,000 to the injured. But worshippers at the Linwood Mosque say many of those who saw the attacks are struggling just as much as those with physical injuries and should be paid the same. And they're planning to present a petition to their local MP this week. Conan Young reports.
Abdul Aziz, who confronted the gunman during the Linwood shootings, knows of one man who has only been back to the mosque 3 times because he's terrified of a repeat incident.
Of them actually last year, all the 30 days of Ramadan, he was with us in the Tarawih and everything. This year we could see him only 3 times in the old Tarawih. I asked him, brother, why? He said, I'm still scared to get out of my house and because I think somebody come and kill my kids and kill me. You know, that sort of things, you know, it shows, you know, they're more wounded than a lot of other people, you know.
Abdulaziz says witnesses are often struggling as much, if not more, than some of those physically injured and should be paid the same as them. He'll this week present a 50-strong petition to local MP Megan Woods asking for this to happen.
Always when I was going in the media and everywhere, you know, you just heard deceased and injured. You know, they're injured as well, they're mentally injured.
Like everybody at the masjid, Azam Ali is struggling to move on with life, with memories of that fateful day still very fresh.
A wound heals, a scar heals, but what you see, you can't erase it. Even you look at it in medical terms, you can't erase what you see. I know there's kids over here, they're 5 or 6 years old. They were here on that day. And over the Ramadan, I've seen them. When there's a bit of a noise, I see a 5-year-old kid goes like this.
Ali drives trucks for a living, but knows he's still in no fit state to get back behind the wheel of a 30-tonne vehicle. He says extra financial help from victim support would help to take the pressure off after weeks of not working. He knows of others who, not being eligible for ACC, have had no choice but to go back to work.
God forbid, if it's their family in front of their truck and the guy has a meltdown. You can't just stop it like that, but people are going back to work because of financial reasons. They still got to eat, they got to pay the bills, they got to pay the mortgage.
Many of those spoken to made the point that somebody who injured an arm while jumping a fence to flee the shooter was getting more money than somebody who witnessed truly horrific events. 12-year-old Mohammed Wahabzada says the sound of workers using nail guns often brings back memories of March the 15th.
My dad ran outside, so I ran outside with him because, you know, you just don't think at the moment. And, like, I was trying to throw rocks to get him avoided from my dad, and he, like, shot twice at me. He was able to dodge it. My dad dodged one through the car, throwing the ATM machine to get him distracted as well, which is kind of scary as well because, you know, you don't know what's going to happen.
Mohammed Samir, who feared for the life of his father and his 3 siblings, including his 5-year-old brother, still gets flashbacks.
While I was outside, I seen 3 dead bodies in front of me. I seen where the bullet entered the back of their head. Like, it's just pretty hard. Yeah, and I seen the gunman face to face. He shot at me 3 times.
Mohammed Samir says ultimately it's about respecting the wishes of the thousands of people who donated their money.
The people who donated it, if they specifically said, okay, this is for the, I'm donating this for the injured or for the deceased, okay, no worries, like, step back. But they didn't give a message saying, okay, this is for the deceased, this much for the injured, and, you know, nothing for the witnesses. Like, it was given for the victims, and we are all victims.
After being criticised for not consulting closely enough with the people they were trying to help, Victim Support held meetings with the Muslim community in Christchurch, asking how they thought the money should be divided up. The last tranche of money did include witnesses for the first time, even if it was much less than the amounts paid to the bereaved and injured. The final payment is due to be handed out by the end of this month, with a decision yet to be made on who will get what. Those spoken to at the Linwood Mosque are speaking out now in the hope Victim Support will hear their plea for equal recognition. Kei o te tahi aho mō te hōtaka o te ahi, ko Conan Young tēnei.